In the shadows of ancient Rome's imperial palace, a woman mixed her deadly brews. Her name was whispered in fear through marble halls and back alleys alike. Locusta, the most notorious poisoner in history, whose lethal concoctions would determine the fate of an empire. What dark path led this daughter of Gaul to become the confidant of emperors and architect of imperial assassinations? The story begins in the Roman province of Gaul, where Locusta learned the ancient Celtic knowledge of herbs and poisons. But it wasn't until she arrived in Rome during the reign of Claudius that her deadly talents would find their true purpose. In a city where political murder was practically an art form, Locusta's skills were worth more than gold. What made Locusta's poisons so effective? Contemporary accounts speak of concoctions that could kill instantly or slowly over months, poisons that mimicked natural illnesses, and even toxins that could be absorbed through the skin. But as we'll explore later, her true genius lay not just in the creation of these lethal substances, but in her understanding of human nature and the politics of murder. Consider her most infamous assassination, the murder of Emperor Claudius in 54 CE. Commissioned by Claudius's wife Agrippina, who wanted to secure the succession for her son Nero, Locusta crafted a poison delivered in a plate of mushrooms. The detail of her method was chilling. Knowing that Claudius employed a food taster, she designed the poison to take effect slowly, ensuring the emperor would retire to his chambers before the full effects took hold. But it was under Nero that Locusta's dark talents would reach their apex. The young emperor was so impressed with her skills that he gave her an official position at court and even established a school where she could teach her techniques to others. What must it have been like to attend these macabre classes, where students learned the subtle art of murder? Perhaps the most disturbing aspect of Locusta's career was her role in testing new poisons on unfortunate slaves and condemned prisoners. Witnesses described how she would carefully document the effects of various substances, noting the speed of death, the severity of symptoms, and the visibility of evidence. Was this the work of a cold-blooded murderer, or should we view her as a dark pioneer of toxicology? The turning point in Locusta's career came with Nero's decision to eliminate his rebellious younger brother, Britannicus. The emperor demanded a poison that would kill instantly and publicly, yet appear natural. The pressure was immense. Failure would mean death. Success would cement her position at the heart of imperial power. Locusta's solution was brilliant in its brutality. During a formal dinner, Britannicus was served a drink so hot it had to be cooled with water. The water, of course, contained Locusta's poison. When the young prince took a sip, he immediately lost the ability to breathe and collapsed. Nero calmly explained to the horrified guests that his brother was merely suffering from an epileptic fit, a condition Britannicus had experienced since childhood. By the time anyone realized the truth, the heir was dead and Nero's power was secure. But what drove this woman to perfect such a terrible craft? Some historians suggest she was motivated purely by profit and the protection of powerful patrons. Others see in her methods a kind of dark artistry, a pride in the technical perfection of her work that transcended mere murder for hire. Locusta's influence extended far beyond the immediate effects of her poisons. She introduced new levels of sophistication to political murder, combining technical expertise with psychological manipulation. This legacy of perfect murder would influence assassins for centuries to come. Consider the description of her laboratory discovered after her eventual arrest. Scrolls detailing poison recipes, exotic ingredients from across the empire, detailed notes on symptoms and effectiveness. This was not the lair of a simple murderer, but the workshop of a methodical researcher. Her systematic approach to killing would not be seen again until the development of modern forensic toxicology. The end, when it came, was swift and brutal. After Nero's suicide in 68 CE, Locusta lost her imperial protection. She was arrested, paraded through the streets of Rome, and executed, though accounts differ on whether she was fed to wild animals or strangled in prison. But perhaps the most chilling aspect of Locusta's story is how it illuminates the dark undersides of power. In a society where political murder was commonplace, she provided a service that was both officially condemned and secretly essential. Her career reveals the hypocrisy of a system where assassination was simultaneously a crime and a tool of state. What lessons can we draw from Locusta's story? How did a provincial herbalist rise to become the confidant of emperors and the architect of imperial succession? Her tale demonstrates how technical expertise, combined with an understanding of human nature and political necessity, can create a truly dangerous individual. As you consider her legacy, ask yourself, was Locusta an anomaly, or did she simply master techniques that others were already using? The answer reveals much about the nature of power and the role of political murder in shaping history. Today, Locusta's name remains synonymous with subtle, sophisticated poisoning. Her techniques, though lost to history, represented a quantum leap in the science of assassination. Modern forensic toxicologists still study accounts of her methods, seeking to understand how she achieved effects that would challenge even contemporary chemistry. The final irony may be that Locusta, working in the service of emperors, helped accelerate the decline of the very empire she served. Her actions destabilized the imperial succession and contributed to the atmosphere of paranoia and suspicion that would characterize Roman politics for generations. In death, as in life, her influence was both subtle and profound. Her story serves as a reminder that great technical skill, divorced from moral constraints, can serve the darkest human impulses. In an age where the manipulation of chemistry and biology remains a source of anxiety, Locusta's tale is more relevant than ever. A cautionary story about the intersection of knowledge, power, and murder. How many deaths can be attributed to Locusta's poisons? The true number will never be known. But her influence extends far beyond those she directly killed, reaching through the centuries to remind us that sometimes the most dangerous weapons are the ones that leave no trace. We hope you enjoyed the video. Let us know what you think in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel if you'd like to see more videos like these.